Maranao, the largest Muslim cultural linguistic group in the Philippines, numbering more than 840,000, famously known as earnest workers for their indomitable will and perseverance. The Maranao have lived in the provinces of Lanao del Sur, Lanao del Norte, and Marawi since the late 20th century. The name Maranao derives from the word Lanao or Ranao, meaning lake, of the Austronesian origin of the Maranao language. This is the reference to the lake featured in the ancestral homeland of the Maranao people, known as the Lanao Lake. Farming and fishing has been their primary livelihood for multiple generations due to the fertile land. They have been blessed with that has brought them a surplus of tropical fruits and vegetables that can only be found in the southern islands of Mindanao. They are also known for selling iconic straw mats, yard goods, blankets, and metalware throughout the Philippines due to the cottage industries they make use of for weaving, wood carving, and doing metalwork. Sa den sa tanda o tao, naaya tanda o bansa. The badge of a person is emblematic of their worth. This Maranao saying says a lot about how they used to unite as one province to fend off the Spaniards during the colonial period. Despite having divided a few decades after the colonization, the Maranaos have proved their worth by fighting through continual warfares that have occurred in their time. There are numerous Maranao that have dedicated their life to representing their community even more, making them known to even more parts of the Philippines and even the world by serving both their indigenous group and above all, the country. Samira Gutok Tomawis is one example of this, being a civic leader, journalist, environment, and women's rights advocate, and legislator who once served as a member of the Regional Legislative Assembly of the Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao and a member of the Bangsamoro Transition Commission, being appointed by the President Duterte's administration. She also was under the political ensemble of Ocho Derecho when she announced and filed her candidacy for senator for the 2019 senatorial election to fight for children, women, and Muslim rights. Abul Kiar Alonco is a Filipino businessman and lawyer and a former Moro freedom fighter. He once became the chairman of Moro National Liberation Front. He was also elected as the vice mayor of Marawi City in 1972 and was the youngest city executive of the country at the time. He also organized a Muslim youth group named Lam Alif in response to the Jabida massacre that occurred 1968 on the 18th of March. It has been the joy and pride of the Maranao to express their musicality and artistry through legends, myths, epics, folktales, proverbs, riddles, poems, songs, and ballads. This has been their course of action to showcase their bravery and delight in their culture. These values are best represented in a Maranao epic song they take pride in, named the Darangen. It was even recognized and proclaimed by UNESCO as a masterpiece in 2005. The Darangen is an ancient epic song that commemorates the Maranao historical events and the tribulations of their mythical heroes. The epic explores the underlying themes of life and death, love and hate, politics and courtship, and this is through the use of symbols, metaphor, irony, and satire. During multi-night wedding ceremonies, certain female and male artists sing the Darangen to exhibit ethical standards, aesthetic appeal, and social values specific to the Maranao. The song is very dear to them and they have vowed to preserve this traditional song for more generations to come as it means a lot to them and their history. The past few decades have been the most important and memorable part of the Maranaos, getting more well-known around the country, not just for them, but for the culture they have preserved and treasured for countless amounts of years. These traditions, skills, and values equate to the amount of efforts and hard work that the Maranaos have shown in order for other people outside of the ethnic group to recognize that the Maranao have made a mark and have represented well the culture of the Filipino people.